With that in mind, we're here to get foolish with it by naming some apparent winners and losers of the 2021 MLB Draft. There is room for disagreement on how wise it is to take this route versus the traditional path, which entails taking the best player at the top regardless of what it does to the rest of the class. If you're of the belief that Davis is a prospect of a similar caliber to the other candidates at number 1, and this draft lacked a clear-cut number 1 pick, then this is probably a smart call. Whether or not Davis occupies that space depends on the judge. One veteran talent evaluator, who doesn't work for the Pirates, floated him to CBS Sports as a dark horse for the number 1 spot back in February. Their reasoning went like this. Davis is at least an adequate, big-armed catcher who seldom swings and misses and who frequently makes loud contact. That's a nice combination. Other evaluators have expressed concerns about the portability of Davis's strength-based swing, and about his outlook at the catcher position. He should be aided by the expected implementation of the automated ball strike system in the next collective bargaining agreement, but it's at least theoretically possible that he has to move to another position over the coming years. The Pirates, presumably, are closer to the first evaluation's read on Davis. If they're right on him, and their other early picks, they could look back on this draft as a turning point for the franchise. As with last year, the Astros had their first and second round picks stripped by MLB as punishment for their sign-stealing misconduct. That left Houston with the lowest bonus pool in the league, limiting what it could do once it was finally allowed to make a pick. Getting Tyler Whitaker at 87 seems like a win, just not a big enough one to land the Astros on the right side of the ledger. There were 3 two-sport commitments who cracked our top 50. Will Taylor, Clemson, Bubba Chandler, Clemson, and Lonnie White Jr. Penn State. 2 of the 3 were drafted by the Pirates at slots that suggest they'll be signing. Taylor, who was viewed as a plausible top 10 candidate, will be the exception. To paraphrase what we wrote in the Pirates section, if you pick third as we noted after the first night, this draft seemed likely to be dominated by high school shortstops. Between Marcelo Mayer, Jordan Lawler, Khalil Watson, and Brady House, they made up 40% of our pre-draft top 10. Yet on Sunday, each slid down the board. Mayer, who was considered by us to be the top player in the class, went number 4. Lawler dropped to number 6, House to number 11, and Watson to number 16. That shouldn't prove to be too costly. The slot value of the 16th spot is still close to $4 million, but it was unexpected.